everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Gringo Show. I hope you're rested and relaxed from a very, very eventful weekend here in Mexico. We have a lot of things to talk about, so let's get started. Lately, we've been hearing about violence, bad airports, and corruption, but last weekend, Mexico had a wave of really good news. The first good news came from the Formula One race held in the nation's capital after it was canceled last year due to the pandemic, but it was worth the wait. And on behalf of the Gringo Show, I just want to say, congratulations, Checo, for your big win. Mexico. Oh, wait, he didn't win? Mexico. Wait, he got third place? But everybody was marching around the Angel. Oh, okay. Can we start this again? All right. Congratulations, Checo. You won third place. Seriously, I knew it was a good accomplishment. Checo isn't running to win it all this year. And I'm just jealous because the Americans got 0 place. Nevertheless, it was a festive atmosphere at the Autodromo. Really engaging. A lot of fun. A lot of neck pain. People paid upwards to tens of thousands of pesos for a ticket to an event. And the people were like, excuse me, I would like my tacos al pastor. While others ate cueritos and waited in lines for hours for a beer. And the rest, long lines, a lot of traffic, but a huge win for Mexico, something we all can be proud of. The second win for Mexico came on Saturday night as Canelo kicked the crap out of somebody, and we all loved watching it, right? A few hooks, a TKO in 11 rounds that put his opponent in the hospital. By the way, you want to know the name of his opponent? Caleb Plant. Sounds like the name of a hipster from LA coming to Mexico wearing some kind of Oaxacan peace shirt and a hat with a bird feather inside, going to his reservation on a Saturday afternoon at Contramar. And yes, Canelo beat the crap out of him because Caleb Plant sounds like a lanky vegan. So that's 2 big wins, Mexico. We have to keep this momentum going, and I had a dream that AMLO announced that he would resume construction on the airport in Texcoco. You can only dream. Well, we did have something better. AMLO went to New York for a brilliant proposal to solve world poverty. The president made a speech to the UN Security Council on Tuesday, pitching a very bold plan to lift 750 million people out of poverty simply by asking the 1,000 richest people to pay 4% of their fortunes and the G20 countries to pay 0.2% of their GDP, and has to make sure it goes directly to the people. I just imagining Warren Buffett and Bill Gates coming down to the Garibaldi, handing out 500 peso bills to everyone they meet on the street, right? Like, conceptually, it sounds like a good idea, AMLO, but I think you might need an intermediary to determine who is poor and administrate the program. It's going to cost some money. But it didn't matter. His fans loved it and showed it as he walked out of the UN building. El presidente mandó corregir las tuberías. El guachicol ya paró. Ratas chicas no quería. Looks like AMLO acted like he just got a supermodel's phone number after his speech, right? Just walking around. But I'm sorry, all winning streaks have to end. We've heard of our share of oh, that's kind of sticky or sketchy, but this one really takes the cake. And you're just like, really? That happened? This is a story of a high-profile wedding in Guatemala, Mexico's Canada. The ceremony took place in Antigua, and to get there, many in Mexico City flew on a private plane to get there. On the plane was Mexico City Secretary of Tourism, Carla Felix, who probably should have been in Mexico City for the F1 race, which is one of the biggest races or the things happening in Mexico all year. Also on that plane was an envelope with cash in the amount of $35,000 that was not declared to the Guatemala government. Now, of course, big deal. Money on a plane. I'm sure everybody does it, right? It's not something surprising that we'd hear. But the stinger here is that the groom, Santiago Nieto, was the head of the Unidad de Inteligencia Financiera, the UIF. And this is the agency that fights money laundering. Yeah, kind of funny, not funny, right? Felix and Nieto both resigned from their positions in the aftermath. And what do you think that money was for? I heard there was a place in Antigua that has pupusas with super rare black truffles and caviar inside, and they were using the cash to buy them, $17,500 each. That's 2 pupusas, 1 for the bride, 1 for the head of the agency that combats illegal money. I guess we can't win them all, can we? Speaking of bad luck, Ricardo Anaya, the opposition candidate from the PAN, and no, he doesn't work for a bread company or advocates for bread, but the Partido Acción Nacional, who lost in the 2018 presidential race, is being investigated in the famous Odebrecht case, where supposedly a gym bag was left in a parking garage in the Cámara de Diputados with more than 6 million pesos in it, and supposed to appear on Monday to testify. This is funny, not funny, because we've had a segment on this show talking about his whereabouts.
Where in Mexico is Ricardo Anaya?
But here's the clincher. He's not in Mexico. He fled the country in August because he believes that President Andrés Manuel López Obrador is an authoritarian leader who wants to put him in jail because he is a threat to his power. And AMLO in his morning press conference said this.
Que regrese, que informe, que aclare su situación.
All right, so this could be the guy's really guilty and embezzled a lot of money and they're trying to stop him, or it could smell like AMLO is jailing political opponents to consolidate his power. Let's hope it's neither of the two. Like, can't we all just get along? The U.S. opened its borders up to all vaccinated international travelers this week, including its land border with Mexico that has been largely shut since the beginning of the pandemic. The only thing is that in addition to being vaccinated, to enter the U.S., you will still have to present a negative COVID test, which means pay 800 pesos for someone you think like is a nurse, but you're not sure if it's a nurse, to stick a swab in your nose and you're like, ah, ah, ah. Another reason to decide not to go to the United States, because mass shootings and anti-vaxxers. Sad news to report, at the end of this broadcast, Mexican actor Enrique Rocha Ruiz passed away on Sunday at the age of 81. Rocha Ruiz was known for playing great villains in various telenovelas. Even looking at this photo, I think he's going to rob me or have sex with someone I love. He is most famous for the telenovelas Amores Verdaderos, Corazón Salvaje, and my personal favorite, Yo Compro Esa Mujer, or I Will Buy That Woman. I mean, what do you think this telenovela was about? Like, yeah, my wife's for sale or something, I don't know, something like that. But our best to Rocha Ruiz's family. We hope he rests in peace, or will he? That does it for this edition of the Gringo Show. I hope you enjoyed it. We're off next week to commemorate the Mexican Revolution, whether it's really the date of the revolution or we'll find out later it wasn't. Who knows, maybe in 8 years, President Marcelo Scheinbaum Salgado Macedonio will say otherwise. But if you like the show, tell someone, your doorman, the dude who works at Cinnabon, anyone, and make sure you like us on YouTube and Facebook Live. Until next time, have a great week.